One of the cheapest way to buy lenses right now is by adopting vintage lenses. But the big question is, could these lenses be used for church live streaming and recordings? Well, stick around because I am going to be answering this question. What's up guys, my name is Sam from Live Production Tips and Tools and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about vintage lenses for church live streaming and recordings. Honestly, I haven't been using vintage lenses for a long time. In fact, I discovered them through some friends and some videos on YouTube. Everything I saw online, people were saying things, they show you the videos that they took with them and they look good. The results look good, and I asked myself, I was like, why we are not buying these lenses? So in this video, I'm going to give you my honest feedback and thoughts, but I will also talk about one of the Canon FD lenses that I got from eBay, how it has been working out for me, and show you actually some of the videos that I took with it outside environment as well as in the church environment. I will also show you the whole process, how I bought an adapter to adapt it to my micro four third camera, and all that to hopefully be able to give you information that you may use the next time you want to buy a lens for your church live streaming and recordings. Let's talk about the pros for buying vintage lenses. The first thing, these lenses are very cheap. Okay, you can find some lenses that, you know, for like $30, $50, $100. Some of the best will cost around $200 or $300, but they're always cheap on eBay or any website that sells used camera gear. These lenses are not being made as of now, because these are, you know, old lenses, you know, back in 80s, 70s, or maybe 60s, you know, that were made for older cameras. All of them are manual, so no autofocus. The second thing, these lenses can produce amazing results. So they give you beautiful images. In fact, I'll be showing some of the videos that I took with them, and you know, I was really happy with the results. Actually, let me tell you, I have a Rokinon lens that I got from Amazon, like, you know, 2 years ago, that cost me around $500. Okay, it's a nice lens, I love it. Okay, but my $100 Canon FD lens can easily match that lens, and sometimes in some cases perform even better. But again, so let's go to the cons. The cons, yes, there's the fact that you don't have autofocus. If you are someone who relies on autofocus, that's one. The second thing is the fact that all of them, you find them used. So you're not gonna be able to find any vintage lens on market that is not used. So that's the most challenging thing, and I believe that's one of the reasons why maybe a lot of people are not buying them, is because of, you know, the risk of buying a lens is kind of, you know, broken, because most of them like 30 years old, 20 years old, 25 years old. So again, it's a risk you're taking. Let's talk about this specific lens that I got from eBay, which is a Canon FD lens. It's a 50mm lens and it has a maximum aperture of 1.4. okay, so do I like it? Yes, I absolutely love the lens. I'll show you the footage that I took with it. The lens is absolutely gorgeous. I got from eBay and it was in good condition. All the glasses were good. I looked at it. I can attach a ND filter if I wanted to. As you can see the image that I took with it with the Lumix GX85 as well as the Lumix G85. So as you can see, the image looks good, the videos look good. Even in the church environment, the lens performs well. Okay, one of the cons that I forgot to mention as well is that people tend to say that these lenses tend to be a little softer, and you know, basically it's a con but it's a pro at the same time, because you know, most of the time these modern cameras, they tend to have sharper images, and you you want to kind of kill that sharpness a little bit with the lens like this, and as you can see, the image looks good. So would I buy another lens like this? Absolutely. The lens performs well in low light, as it has a maximum aperture of 1.4. I actually found out that the lens performs better at around 2.8 aperture. Below that, at 1.4, it tends to it's kind of too blurry. Like I see the focus range is too narrow. It tends to give you an image that's kind of like too soft on the edges. So I like it better at 2.8 or 2, around 2. You can see that the subject in focus, it has like the edges are more like kind of sharp a little bit. So that's where I like it. Okay, so do I recommend this lens? Absolutely. Personally, I love it, and you can judge for yourself. You see the images you see on the screen. If you like them, then it's up to you to decide if you think this is a lens I may need for your church live stream and recording. So next, let's talk about how to adapt this lens. Okay, so personally, I use a micro four third mount. If you have any other type of mount, you can easily find adapters on eBay or even Amazon that will adapt these lenses to any kind of camera. Okay, so I got this Photodiox FD to micro four third dummy adapter. Basically, it's empty, there's no glass to it. So what it does, it just converts the FD mount to my Lumix camera mount. Okay, and that's it. So my camera being a crop sensor, it doesn't use the full glass within the lens, so it's gonna just use the middle part. But again, it works well for me. So basically, with this adapter, I'm getting 100 mm lens equivalent of full frame sensor, which for me is still good. I already have a 50 mm lens, I have 25 mm lens, so getting 100 mm lens is still okay. But again, if you want it, you can still use a Viltrox speed booster that will kind of convert this lens into something like 65 or 60-ish mm lens, and that will even give you an extra stop of light, which will be even better. It's up to you depending on what you want. It's going to give you a wider field of view. So this is how you adapt the lens itself. But again, there's so many lenses on the market right now, some from Nikon, Takina, like so many brands on eBay. So before you buy, one tip, make sure you read all the descriptions of the lens. If possible, maybe contact the person selling it. Make sure it's in a good condition, doesn't have fungus, doesn't have any other issue, that it's working properly. But keep in mind, you're buying a 20-30 years old lens, so it may have scratches on the outside, and that is okay. Like the build quality, they're 100% metal, so they're really tough. I'm thinking of investing in actually telephoto lenses like this and see how they perform. Okay, personally, I haven't tried them. I've seen some reviews on YouTube, and I want to try them and see. Most of the time they're very cheap, less than $200 or less than $100. So I'm gonna be testing those in the future, and that's why if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe, because I'll be posting more videos about this kind of lenses. I also post videos about different cameras for your church live streaming and recording. So again, question of the day: is it safe or is it okay to use vintage lenses for your church live streaming and recordings? And my answer is, it really depends. If you are on a budget and you're okay to take a risk, it's something to consider. Again, I've shown you what I was able to do with them, with this particular lens, and I personally love the results, and I am willing and open to trying new and more vintage lenses. Again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And thank you for watching. I will see you on my next video.